Well, writing the booklet on evolution has been a pleasure. It's a subject that's fascinated me for a long time, just really fascinating. And I grew up totally steeped in evolution. I was a huge, Carl Sagan was like a saint, in the traditional, sense of the word. He just made science almost really seem like a religion you wanted to be a part of. So I grew up steeped in evolutionary thought, that's just the way it was, that it really was a fact. It was actually material scientifically questioning evolution as a possibility that started to open my mind really more than religiously. I look forward to writing this booklet because it's frustrating. I'm a fan of science. I love science. I love following it. I love the idea of cracking open the world and seeing how it works. I think there's so much to learn. But it does frustrate me when theories, even a theory that I would grant is as elegant as Charles Darwin's, I don't agree with the theory, and I think what we try to express in the booklet, that it's completely fallacious to say that it's a fact that's been proven beyond any kind of reasonable doubt. But it's an elegant theory. The idea that just random change, which we know happens from parents to individuals, or my children gratefully don't look exactly like I do. You have these random changes, and the idea that just the struggle to survive would be enough to sift amongst those and over time create brand new life forms. When Darwin ends his book talking about there being kind of a grandeur to life, with that view, I'm sympathetic to that. So I don't count myself as someone who's just inherently, vehemently, passionately antagonistic on principle's sake. At the same time, let's not pretend that theory doesn't have consequences in the world. You've got William Provine, so just major promoters of evolution who are very explicit about the consequences of that theory, that there really is no fundamental basis for morality. There really is no fundamental basis for really anything kind of transcendent to life. When you are, in a sense, an advanced ape, that sometimes isn't said quite right, but when you are essentially, and even advanced, well, what does that actually mean? But when you are really just among the animals, a lion kills a zebra. It's not murdering the zebra. It's just hungry, right? But if I kill my neighbor Bob, even if I was hungry, doesn't count. It's still murder. Is all that out the window or not? Evolution has consequences, and I do feel we're seeing it in our world. We're seeing a world that is beginning more and more to live by the law of tooth and claw, a world that's red in tooth and claw, like Tennyson said. No, but that said, those are the consequences. That doesn't make it false. Even Richard Dawkins said, look, we may not like something. We may not like the consequences, but that doesn't change whether or not it's true. But on the other side, I want to address the other fallacies, because on the religious side of things, there are just as many fallacies. And I tried to tackle it from both perspectives. For evolution, they claim that the findings of science establish their ideas. Well, that's fine. So let's take a look at the findings of science. But on the religious side, really, if you imagine it as a spectrum, there's complete atheistic, mechanistic, naturalistic processes that somehow formed all of life. And on the other side, there are those who believe passionately that the Bible says the world is only 6,000 years old, that everything we see around us, the light from every star and every galaxy and every piece of matter around us, all of life was created 6,000 years ago. And there's people who want to believe the Bible is true, but not only do they hear that this side is a proven fact and it doesn't seem to match the Bible, but these statements that seem to be biblical, or at least are claimed to be so, don't match the world they see around them. They're trying to be honest with the facts. They look at the Grand Canyon, they'll listen to young Earth creation explanation about the Grand Canyon, and find that, boy, I wish I could believe that, but it just doesn't match what I see. And does the Bible actually say those things? Because if it doesn't, then you're really discrediting the Bible as well. And so what you see that on both sides of this argument, these very extreme positions, and both of them are ignoring incredibly relevant facts. And so the booklet, the purpose of the booklet was to address all of that and try to find a path that is true and that reflects the facts better.
Subscribe and click the notification bell to receive updates about new content. Visit tomorrowsworld.org for more articles, telecasts, and booklets.